Our next guest is a leading voice in this new movement. I want to bring him into the conversation. American Compass Executive Director Oren Cass is here. Good morning to you, Oren. You just heard the report that Eamon gave. I don't know if you want to chime in and add anything to it, but how different is this going to be than the last time the former president was the president, if in fact he becomes it?
Well, I think it's always hard to say what a President Trump will do, but I think the context is entirely different. And if you look at a lot of the folks advising him, especially if you look in Congress at who he has at the other end of Pennsylvania Avenue, you know, in 2016, he comes in and it's Paul Ryan with a big corporate tax cut and Obamacare repeal. If you look at the Republican Party today, who's leading in Congress? It's folks like Senator Rubio, Senator Vance, Senator Hawley, Senator Cotton. These guys are all doing, I think, really important work advancing exactly this agenda and really building out this framework. So I think, as Eamon said, it's a very different party. It's a very different conservative movement. And so you're going to see a very different policy approach.
Right. Oren, here's the big question. If you were the president, whether you're President Biden or former President Trump becomes the president, and you wanted to, quote unquote, juice the economy, is there a way to juice the economy without creating more inflation?
Well, I guess I'm not sure what you mean by the term "juice the economy." That sounds like that sounds like the mindset that has produced the last few decades of, you know, surging stock market valuations without accompanying wage growth or prosperity across the country. That's I think exactly the problem. What we need is actually a stronger, more productive economy that sees a lot more domestic investment, that sees reshoring of domestic industry, that sees a real focus on boosting the productivity of American workers so that their wages can rise so that they can support their families. And so that's the sort of agenda that we're focused on. And again, that doesn't just mean, you know, tax cuts, deregulation, free trade with China. That means actually returning, among other things, to the American tradition of economics, which focuses much more on how do you build a strong economy here at home.
Oren, what I heard Eamon say was doesn't always think that tax cuts work, but you're not proposing raising corporate taxes as a plank of the Republican Party. Donald Trump's not going to say, I want to raise corporate taxes. In what universe would that make sense as a conservative to raise taxes on corporations?
Well, first of all, just as a factual matter, Jason Smith, chair of the House Ways and Means Committee, said last week that within the Republican Party, there are a lot of folks who think the corporate tax rate needs to be higher, certainly than the 21% it came down to. But I think philosophically, your question gets at exactly the right point, which is you said, you know, what's conservative? And I think the problem is that Reagan, let's not forget, cut taxes. He then raised them at least 5 times. This idea that Republicans or conservatives are only for tax cuts must always, taxes must always be lower. There's nothing conservative about that. That's actually a quite sort of absolute, radical, nonsensical notion. And so, I certainly understand why the business lobby has pushed back. You're making too much out of it.
The basic tenets of Reaganomics will always be part of what true conservatives feel, and leaving money in the private. Yeah, leaving money in the private sector is where it's treated best. That's where it gets, it spawns innovation and entrepreneurship. And I just think that you're making a mountain out of a molehill here. I mean, good luck. But and guys like Rubio, the guys that you mentioned, none of those guys are tax hikers. None of those guys want to raise corporate taxes.
Well, let's not forget that Senator Rubio, along with Senator Lee, even back in 2017, forced the party to take the corporate tax rate up from what the initial proposal was because they wanted more funding for the child tax credit to get more money to families. So even then, this idea that the corporate tax rate should just be as low as possible was not what someone like Senator Rubio was pushing. Senator Hawley, Senator Vance, Senator Cotton have all pointed to places where taxes might need to be higher. But I think the reality, Joe, is that, if you even listen to your sort of effort there to kind of spout the Reagan dogma, it doesn't make any sense. It's just these bromides that whatever leaves money in people's pockets is going to be best for the economy. That's not actually economics. And so I think this is one of the most important things that we have to do and that Trump has opened up.